Given us a spirit of fear.
That's right.
But listen, when we look at the text, God relieves Abram's fear. God relieves Abram's fear because Abram is afraid. Now, the fear, number one, the fear is relieved. But watch the cause for his fear. He has a cause. There's a reason why he's afraid. There's a reason why he's scared. There's a reason why he's scared. Reason why he's afraid. Can I get a witness? Listen, Abram defeated the armies of 4 kings from the east. I said he defeated the armies of 4 kings. Can I get a witness? Now, Abram feared their retaliation. And you do know once you defeat someone and don't totally destroy them, you can be in fear that they will come back. Can I get a witness? That's why you got to be careful how you handle yourself. Listen, he feared their retaliation, that they would come back. But watch God. Even though his fear was relieved, when we listen, I'm working on now, amen. Listen, he gave them comfort. He comforted them from their fear. I said he comforted them from their fear. Listen, God knew the fear in Abram's heart. He knew the fear in his life. But God spoke to Abram in a vision. All right. Sometimes, listen, it's okay to listen to your preacher. It's okay to listen to your deacon. It's okay to listen to your usher. It's okay to listen to everybody and your best friend, your mama and your dad. All right. All right. And your cousin. All right. It's okay to listen to them. But there comes a time in your life when you want to hear from God. Listen, there are moments in your life where, listen, it's secure to hear from your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, your mama, your daddy, because they got your back. They got your best interest. But listen, there are times in my life where my heart is filled with fear from the outside of retaliation, that I need to hear it from God. I need to hear God say, everything is going to be all right. Yes. Yes. I need to hear God says, be still, my son, and know that I am God. I need to hear God says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, for they will be cut down like the green and wither like the green herb. I need to hear God's comforting voice tell me, oh, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. I need to hear God's comforting voice tell me, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Lord is the strength of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? I need to hear the Lord's voice at times tell me, the Lord is my shepherd. And I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd. And listen, I shall not be in lack for anything. Amen. There are moments when we want to hear from God. I don't want to tear the back of a cereal box off and get a word from the cereal box. I don't want to look at the new drink bottle that happens to have my name on it. Can I get a witness in here? I'm not looking for, amen, a Jack in the Box surprise. But there are moments when I need to hear a word from God. I need to hear him. I need to feel him to give me some security. This is what the Lord did. God spoke to Abram in a vision.
Amen.
And listen to what he says in the vision. Because if you look close enough, not in the flesh, but look with the periscopic lenses of God at Scripture, you have everything you need to depend on.
Amen. That's right.
While you're waiting to hear it from some preacher or some television evangelist, some person who's going to anoint you with oil and you fall out 4 or 5 times. Listen, God has already shown you in the Word of God.
Amen. Amen.
What you need, you ain't got to go to a ladder to get what you need. It's right here in front of you. It's in the Bible.
Amen.
Ain't nobody going to talk to me. Y'all don't like me. But Abram, he didn't go far. The Bible says Abram stopped and he concentrated. And the Lord revealed it in a what? Vision. Listen to what he says to him. Fear not, Abram. I am thy shield and thy exceedingly great reward.
Amen.
It doesn't sound like much to you, but that's some assurance.
Hallelujah.
I said that's some blessed assurance.
Amen.
I said that's some blessed assurance.
Amen.
That God told me not to fear. So why am I going to stay up all night worrying about how God is going to fix it? Why am I going to stay up all night stretching out my hair, amen, rolling my eyes and thinking about, amen, what I got to do on tomorrow? Listen, God has already said, fear not. There are some things you don't have to fear, worry about, because God says, I got you.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
And this is what God says sincerely to, amen, Abram. Hey, I got you. I got you, man. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. Listen, fret not. Listen, God would protect Abram from his enemies. He says, I am thy shield.
Amen.
Abram refused to take the weapons from the king of Sodom. And God rewarded him because he didn't want anything, amen, that reminded him of Sodom.
Amen.
God was Abram's exceeding great reward. Remember what happened in chapter 13? Do you remember what happened to Lot? Now, Lot was a decent man. Bible said he was a decent man. But do you remember what happened to Lot? Lot had his choice, and Lot chose to face Sodom.
Yes, he did.
Matter of fact, Lot, he pitched his tent there in front of Sodom.
Yes, he did.
Because it reminded him of what Egypt looked like. Isn't it amazing how we are blinded sometimes by familiarity and contempt?
Come on, preacher.
What we've always done, the way we've always done it, the way it has always looked. It's always been done this way. This is the way we always did it. Can I get a witness in here? He was blinded by contempt.
Amen.
Just because you do it a certain way all your life doesn't mean that it's right.
Amen. Amen. So true.
He says, I'm going to give you an opportunity to make the right choice. He told him, you choose. You go to the right, and I'll go to the left.
Amen. Amen.
But the Bible says you make the right choice. But listen, he still chose to go to the left.
Right.
Can I get a witness?
Amen.
He still chose to go to the left.
Yes, sir.
And ended up pitching his tent in front of Sodom.
Amen.
Can I get a witness?
Got one.
Listen, so many of us are blinded because, listen, we walk by faith and not by sight. Listen, everything my mother told me some years ago, she said, son, in her theology, she says, everything that glitters. Your mama told you that too? And not gold. Can I get a witness in here? God was Abraham's exceeding great reward. Look, 3 things I promise you I'm getting out of here. Listen, maybe 4 things I promise you I'm getting out of here. Maybe 5 things, I'm sorry. I'm getting out of here. Listen. Look at the precepts of God in the text. The precepts of God in the text. Brothers and sisters, this was, amen, God's authority. This was God's rule, God's standard. When he did not choose to use the weapons of the king of Sodom, and did not take any payment, he was operating under God's standard. Amen. God's precept. Listen, it doesn't matter because everybody's doing it.
Amen.
Because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that it's right.
Amen.
Doesn't mean because it's right because every church is doing it. That doesn't mean that you should go and practice it.
Amen.
Can I get some help in here?
Amen.
You got to understand that the precepts of God is what matters. The standards of God.
Amen. Amen.
And you should never lower your standards for anyone.
Amen. Amen.
If God said it, that settles it, that does it, stamped and approved by God.
Amen.
And you ought to do what God says. Can I get some help in here?
Amen.
Listen, not only we see the precepts of God, because God laid a standard for him to follow. But then, according to Abram, listen, there was the peace of God. There was the peace of God. He says, fear not. Fear not. Doesn't that sound like the peace of God?
Amen.
That's a passive all understanding. Listen, the peace of God, hearing from the voice of God. And brothers and sisters, listen, there's no peace like the peace God can give.
Amen.
Because only God can give P-E-A-C-E. Can I get a witness in here? Now you may go get your P-I-E-C-E. Can I get a witness in here? But it will not be like the peace of God.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
Listen, some of you don't mind advertising your AAA, your ADT. You got it in your yard on your porch. But a real thief doesn't care. Can I get some help? But stand, a real thief don't care. Well, you got ADT, AAA, or whatever you have. Amen. Brinks. Amen. A real thief doesn't care. He's coming in. He's watching you every day. I'm gonna say, I say he, but he or she. He's watching you every day. But listen, isn't it amazing that there was a time growing up you could leave your door unlocked. You could go to the store, leave your car unlocked, leave your children in the car. Now you can't do any of those things. Can I get a witness? There's no peace anymore. There's no peace until the Savior comes back to the head of the table.
Amen.
Brothers and sisters, isn't it good to know that you can feel the peace of God? He says, fear not. Don't worry. When you walk into the hospital, ready to undergo surgery, the doctor tells you there's a 50-50 chance. And you say, I'm not worried about it, doc. I've already talked to my other doctor. Can I get it with? How many of you ever been in a situation like that, but you had another doctor? You talked to your other doctor, Dr. Jesus, and he assured you every second it's going to be all right. How many of you know it's going to be all right? Matter of fact, it's all right right now. Peace of God. Then he talks about the protection of God. Not only does he tell them, fear not. But he said, listen, I will be your exceeding. Listen, I will be your shield. That's the protection of God. When you think of a shield, you think about things that can ward off the darts. Amen. And even the arrows of evil.
Yes, sir.
He says, I'm your shield. I will protect you. Can I get a witness?
Amen.